Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marshall. So on this channel we'll build real life products like this cereal dispenser that you're seeing on my screen right now. So we're going to be building this using Autodesk Inventor. So if product design or product engineering is something that you're interested in, you're at the right place. All right, so we're going to build this part by part. So we'll start with the tray holder, that is this base, right? So this one here, so it has got the stand is fastened to this tray holder by means of snap fit joints. All right, so here this is the cage, so it's, and then these are the stands, this one here, and then we have got the canister holder, that is this, and then we'll design the canister or the container, this one, and then we'll design the lid and design the valve and the tab. All right, so let's get started. All right, let me change the view to, okay, let me close clean screen. All right, so let's start a new file. I'm using metric units. So under part here, select standard main part, double click this. All right, so let's start a 2D sketch. We'll be sketching from the top. Let's rotate the view. All right, so I'm going to draw a circle, select circle of diameter 104 millimeters. Let's draw another one that is concentric to that one. And this one has got a radius of 72.5 millimeters. So the diameter is times 2. Hit enter. Let's draw other two circles here, which are equal to our first two circles. Right click OK. Let's use the equal constraint. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. Right click OK. Let's use the horizontal constraint. This center is horizontally collinear with this one, and this is also sitting on the x-axis. Click OK. Let's project our axis. So select project, collapse the origin folder. I want to project the z-axis and the x-axis. Right click OK. Select the z-axis, press Ctrl and Hold, and select the x-axis. Let's make these construction lines. Now we're going to use symmetry. So symmetry constraint, this circle and this circle, they're symmetric with respect to our z-axis. Right click OK. So now I have this. I'm going to draw a tangent. Right, so two tangents. So this is my first tangent. Right click, restart. Okay, here, right click, restart. Another one here. Right click OK. Now let's use the tangent constraint. This is the tangent to the circle. So is this line to this circle. Right click OK. Press X for the trim tool, or we can just select the trim tool here. Let's trim these extended lines. Right click OK. Now I want to add a dimension between this point. There's a point here and this point. We can't select them. So I'm going to insert a point. So select point. Let's insert a point here and another point here. Right click OK. And the distance between these 2 points is 330 millimeters. Hit enter. Right click OK. Let's add a vertical line. Select vertical line here. And the height of this line is 85.758 millimeters. Hit enter. All right. Let's also draw a horizontal line here. This is 130 millimeters long. And let's close the profile here. Right click OK. Press escape. I want to move this outside of our shape. Now this line here is supposed to be a construction line. So select this line, right click, make it a construction line. Let's also constrain this line. So select the dimension 2. The distance of this line from the z-axis is 25 millimeters. Hit enter. All right. Select a 3-point arc. This one here. So my first point is this one. The second point is this. And the third point will be the radius. Right click. Okay. Now, the radius of this arc is 2750. Hit enter. It's almost like a straight line. Click OK. So we now have that. I'm going to offset this. So select offset, right click. To select one arc or one line in a shape, you have to make sure that loop select here is unchecked. All right, so here it's not checked. So I'm just going to select this arc here, right click, continue. And the offset distance is 5 millimeters. All right, let me also offset this, right click, continue. The offset distance is now 35 millimeters. Hit enter. Right click OK. All right. I'm going to use a fillet of radius 8 millimeters. So this is between this line and this arc. Let's also do the same thing here. This one and this one. Right click OK. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a chord, that is a line that is touching 2 points of our arc, this one here. So select the line 2, draw a line from this point to this point. Right click OK. Let's make this line a construction line. All right, right click to select the okay, we no longer have the line 2 here. We have to select it from here. Okay. Let's draw a diagonal line. This one here. This is supposed to be a construction line. And press D for the dimension 2. The length of this line is 105 millimeters. Hit enter. Now press X for the trim tool. Trim these parts. All right, right click OK. Now let's constrain the diagonal line. Press D for the dimension 2 again. The angle of our diagonal line from the horizontal line is 105 degrees. Hit enter. Right click OK. Select the fillet tool. 8 again. Right click OK. So we have this. Now let's draw a line of symmetry that will be connecting all these arcs. All right, so select the line 2. Let's look for the center point. So it's here with our green dot. Up to there, right click OK. Press escape. Let's make this a construction line. Now I'm going to mirror this arc. Okay, this is supposed to be a fillet here. So select the fillet 2. Still using the 8 millimeter radius for fillet. Select this arc and this line here. Right click OK. Now let's mirror the arcs and the line. So select this. Press Ctrl and hold. Select this line and this arc. And select the mirror tool. And here select the mirror line. Our mirror line is this line of symmetry. Apply. Done. Right click. So we've got this. Now we need to extend this line, this arc here. So select extend. We need to extend it up to there. Right click OK. Okay, let's trim this extended part. Select trim. Right click OK. 2 dimensions are needed. Okay, so we no longer have our offset distance. All right. So this is supposed to be 5 millimeters, and this is supposed to be 35. So this is a fully constrained sketch. The next thing, we need to select a 2-point rectangle. All right, let's draw a rectangle here. Right click OK. Let's vertically constrain this. The midpoint of a rectangle is collinear with the center of the circle. Right click OK. Press X for the trim tool. Let's trim these extended lines. Right click OK. Press D for the dimension tool. This length is supposed to be 19.5 millimeters, and this line from the top is supposed to be 6.5 millimeters. Right click OK. This is not necessarily a straight line, so let's make it a construction line. We need to draw an arc, 3-point arc. So the first point is this one, second point is this one, and the third point is this one. Right click OK. Select the dimension tool. The arc is of 105 millimeter. That's the radius. Right click OK. All right, so let's mirror these. So select these profiles, these lines. Select the mirror line, or the mirror tool, I mean. And then our mirror line is the z-axis. Apply, done. So this is fully constrained. So we're done here. Let's finish the sketch. So if you lose your diagram or a sketch like this, you have to double click the scroll wheel. It will come back like that. Right, so select the extrude tool. I want to extrude this profile and that profile. This one and this one. And the distance is 23 millimeters. Click the plus icon to add another extrusion. That is this one. That's a profile, this profile, and this profile. The distance is now 32 millimeters. Click OK. So this is now our 3D object. All right, so let's fillet this profile here. And the fillet radius is 4 millimeters. Click this profile. Click the plus icon to add another fillet, and the radius is now 2 millimeters. So we've got this profile and this. Click OK. So now we have that. Now the next thing that I want to do, we want to design the compartment for our tree. So this tray is sitting in a groove. All right, so we're making it from here. So click this face, create a new sketch. What we're going to do, we're not going to start a new sketch. We just want to project our first sketch. So select sketch 1, right click, make it visible. Now let's rotate it. Press shift and hold. We want to project this circle and these lines in that arc. All right, select project geometry, select this circle, this line, and this arc. Let's also do the same thing here. This circle, this line, and this arc as well. So let's rotate to see if our sketches have been projected. Right click OK. For some reason it's misbehaving. I don't know why. Rotate. So you can see our projected geometries. All right, so let's hide sketch 1, right click, make it invisible. Let's finish our sketch. So for this, select extrude. The distance is now 8 millimeters. That is for this profile. We are cutting this time. Cut. And this. Click the plus icon to add another cut. And the distance is now 7 millimeters. That is for this profile and this profile. Cut again. Okay, so now we have that. Let's fillet this. Select fillet, and the radius is 0.5. That is, the profile is this. All right, so we're done. Click OK. So let's mirror our fillet. Select fillet. That's our feature. Select the mirror tool here, and our mirror plane is the YZ plane. Click OK. So now we have the same features here. Now the next thing, want to design the compartment where that's going to be holding our tray stand. Okay, this stand here. So it's in this compartment. All right, so this one here. So we're going to be designing this. So how do we go about this? So we click this face, create a new sketch. Let's also make sketch 1 visible. Make it visible. Rotate it. All right. Select project geometry. But this time around, we're going to highlight all the lines and the arcs that we need. So right click. Okay. So let's rotate this. So you can see the projected shape. Click finish. The next thing that we're going to do is cut this. So let's hide sketch 1. Make it invisible. Extrude. Select cut. I'm going to cut this profile and this one. We're not joining, we're cutting. And the distance, so for this, for some reason I've forgotten the distance. So I'm going to be measuring this using my vernier calipers. This one here. All right. So this is the tray holder we're making. All right. So this is the compartment. So want to measure the distance, the depth of this compartment. All right. Let's see. All right, it's 14.82. So I'll round it to 15 millimeters. All right, so the distance is 15 millimeters. Click OK. So we now have this. The next thing that we want to do before we design the entire compartment is to shell our shape. All right, so select shell, and the thickness is 1.5 millimeters, and the face that I want to remove is this one here. All right, so I'm just using the first command that's coming up. That is this one here, that is inside. Click OK. So I have got this profile. All right, so Let's insert a work plane that is 5 millimeters below this face. So select plane. So toggle this, select offset from plane. That is this face. So we're going downwards. So that will be -5 millimeters. Click OK. And the next thing that I'm going to do is select this face here, create a new sketch. Project geometry, want to project this. Right click OK. I want to offset this profile by 5 millimeters. So select offset, but this time around, make sure loop select is checked. So right click, check loop select. So we're now selecting the whole shape. So left click, drag and hold, and the offset distance is 5 millimeters. Hit enter. So for this, the next thing, let's also offset this. We are offsetting this by 3 millimeters. 3, okay. Let's go with 3. Right click OK. And I'm going to draw lines here. Line that is okay. Let's start from here. Right click, restart, another line here. So these are just random lines. Restart. Restart. Right click OK. Select this line, press Ctrl and hold, and this line. This is already constrained, it's vertically constrained. So this one has to be vertically constrained. For this one, this is supposed to be perpendicular to this line here. It's normal to that line. Select the perpendicular constraint, this line and this line. Let's do the same thing here. Right click OK. Let's draw a line of symmetry. Okay, let me first trim this. The distance, select dimension 2. The distance between these two lines is supposed to be 13 millimeters. The distance between these two is 14 millimeters. Right click, OK. Press X for the trim tool. Let's trim this and this. All right. And this part, this. There's something here. Undo, Control Z. Let's trim. Press X. Right click OK. Move this here. Let's extend this line. Select extend to extend it. And then I wasn't supposed to trim this. Okay, let me just extend them. Right click OK. So for this, let me also draw 2 parallel lines. Right click, another one here. Right click OK. the distance between, so let me draw a line of symmetry. Okay, so the first thing, I also want to trim these parts. Right click OK. My line of symmetry. That's my midpoint. Right click OK. This is supposed to be a construction line, and it's supposed to be parallel to this one here. So it's already parallel. Click OK. The distance between these two here is 0.5 millimeters. Hit enter. All right, let me use the symmetry constraint. This line and this line are symmetric with respect to this one here. Right click OK. Press X for the trim tool. Let's trim this and this one here. Right click OK. Let's also do the same thing here. Line 2. Right click, restart. Another line here. Right click OK. This line is supposed to be a vertical line. So is this line? It's already constrained. Right click OK. Let's draw a vertical line from the midpoint of our arc here. So from here, right click OK. This is supposed to be a construction line. Let's go for symmetry. Right click OK. Equal to this. Click OK. Right click OK. Press X with the trim tool. Trim this one, this. Right click OK. So we've got this. The next thing, I want to make sure that my line of symmetry is collinear with the midpoint of this diagonal line here. So let's go for coincident constraint. This line has to be collinear with this point here. Right click OK. Let's add our dimensions. They are needed here. The next thing, so we've got this depth here. Okay, accept. Is it given? It's also supposed to be the same here. One dimension is needed. All right, so this is not constrained. So with this, how do we go about this? Let's measure this distance. Distance from this point to this line here. Let's accept it. The distance from this to this. So this distance is equidistant to this one, so they're equal. So double click this, select this here, click OK. So yeah, it's now fully constrained. Now let's mirror this. So before we do this, we need to create a line of symmetry or our mirror line. Press Escape, move this from a midpoint. So select line 2 here. Let's draw a vertical line from this. Do that, right click OK. Select this, right click, make it a construction line. This is supposed to be a vertical line. Let's see if it's constrained. It's already constrained. Now let's select this profile here. Press Escape, or we can just select the lines one by one. So press Ctrl and hold, select this line, this one here, not the dimension, this one, the line. Oh. All right, select the mirror 2, mirror here, and our mirror line is this line of symmetry. Apply, done. So we now have that same sketch there. So this is fully constrained. So let's finish this. All right, so what we want to do here is to extrude this profile. So select extrude, select this profile. Want to extrude away from the screen. So this is extruding towards me. So let's reverse the direction. We're joining, we're not cutting. And then let's use the to function here to this work plane. So we're extruding to that work plane. All right, let's see. Do we have a complete profile? Yes, we do. Click OK. All right, so there we go. Our sketch has been consumed by our extrusion, so let's collapse this. Let's make sketch 4 visible. Visible. Turn on visibility. And this time we want to extrude, cut this profile. Okay, this profile, this one here, this, and this. I want to cut by 8 millimeters. Click OK. All right. So for that, the next thing that I want to do. All right, so select this face, right click, create a new sketch. I want to work with this profile here. So select project geometry, because I can't offset this, because this is not being treated as a profile, but we can have this here, right click. Okay, now we can hide sketch 4, that is this sketch. Let's make it invisible. Let's work with this. Right, so with this, select offset, right click, make sure loop select is checked. Just want to project this by 1.3 millimeters. So there's a profile that I want to work with. Select, let's finish the sketch. Select extrude, want to cut this. Select cut, and we are cutting by 10 millimeters. So we now have that profile. That looks good. Click OK. So there we go. We have got our compartment profile sorted. It looks good. The next thing that I want to do, I forgot to fillet this. All right, so we can fillet these, select fillet. The fillet radius is 0.5, select this. And this edge here, this edge, and this one here. Oh yeah, that's all. Click OK. So that's sorted. Let's also fillet this profile here, 0.5. So we would have fillet here, rotate this profile, and this one here. Click OK. So that's done. Let's hide our work plane. Right click this and check visibility. So there we go. Right, so I want to create a boss on this face. So click this face, create a new sketch. Okay, let me project geometry so I can have reference lines. I can slice graphics here, highlight everything, make these lines construction lines, and let me draw a circle of diameter 9.2 millimeters in another circle that is of diameter 6.3 millimeters. Hit enter, right click OK. Okay, I want this dimension inside and this one here. Right click. So the next thing, let's horizontally constrain this. So the center here of our circle, it has to be collinear with this. And right click. The distance, select dimension 2 from this midpoint, the distance of this circle, the center of the circle from the midpoint. It's 40 millimeters. Hit enter, right click OK. So it's now fully constrained. Finish this. Now let's extrude our profile. So select this profile and we're joining 2 is to extrude to this height here. Click OK. So that's our boss. Now let's mirror these features. So the first feature that we want to mirror, okay, is it okay? Yeah, looks good. There we go, looks good. The first feature, okay, shows extrusion here. Let's see, select extrusion. This one, this one, these fillets, and this. Select the beta 2, and our mirror plane is the YZ plane. Click OK. Oh, voila. All right, so is there anything else? Okay, we need to add, so select this face, create a new sketch. Okay, should have done this before this fillet. Anyway, let's project. Okay, let's just project the whole face. Right click, OK, slice graphics so we can see our projected geometry. Let's so this is along the edge, so I also need this project. I also need this here and this. Right click OK. So with this, the thickness, let's offset, but I just want to offset that arc. So right click, unselect, loop select. So uncheck loop select here. Click this arc, right click, continue, and this has to be 2 millimeters. Let's also do the same thing here. this, right click, continue, 2 millimeters, and I'm going to draw vertical lines. Right click, okay. Okay, let me move my press escape. Let me move these dimensions. Escape. Let's draw a line of symmetry that is joining this midpoint with this one. Right click, okay. Press escape, make this construction line. I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines. All right, so for some reason it keeps snapping onto the midpoint, so let's draw it from here. Okay, just draw it up to here, and then we extend it. Right click, restart. Let's draw another one here. Right click, okay. Now let's use the symmetry constraint. This line and this one here is symmetric with respect to this one. Right click, okay. This line and this one, press Ctrl and hold. These are supposed to be vertical lines. Right click, okay. And the distance, select the dimension tool. The distance between these 2 lines is 40 millimeters. Right click, okay. Let's extend. Let's extend this one up to there. Extend, extend, extend. So there we go. Right click, okay. Let's trim these. Select the trim tool in this part. All right, let's also trim these extended arcs. Right click, okay. 4 dimensions are needed. So we've got that. So we can just say, let's use the equal constraint, equal. This is supposed to be equal. Does it work here? Yeah. Okay, let's just say, okay, dimension 2, distance from this line to this one here is 40. Same applies to this one, and $40, 2 dimensions are needed. Right click, okay. Let's go for the auto dimension 2. Apply. Come on. Let's remove the dimensions. Done. Let's finish this. Now, let's measure this depth. This one here, 4.8. So let's select extrude, like this profile. Just add that one. Yeah, select this one and this one. And the distance is 4.8. Let's round it to 5 millimeters. Click OK. So I've got that profile. Let's go for fillets. Okay, select fillet. 0.5. Does it work here? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Also fillet out. This one here. this one, that profile seems okay. Let's edit this one. Right around the shape. Perfect. Click OK. Oh, build was not successful. Cancel. So we need to reduce this to 0.25. Let's see if that works. All right, click OK. So there we go. That's our okay. Let's mirror these features. So that is the extrusion and the fillet. Select the mirror to here, and our mirror line is the YZ plane. Click OK. So there we go. So that's our shape. So we're going to so for this, let's change the material. I'm going for ABS plastic, and with this going for rubber black. Rubber black, so it will be like that. Let's change the view to realistic. Oh, looks good. All right, so the next thing, I just want to add a logo. That is my logo here. Let's click this face, create a new sketch. I'm just going to project this top face and this one here, and okay, let me project an axis. Let's see, y-axis. Right click OK. I'm going to make these construction lines. So for the image, select image. For these, where my images, Google Drive, my drive. That is okay. Personal brand. I'm going for. Let me use a PNG file. Okay, this one. Just place it here. Oh, not that one. I don't want the black one. Control Z to undo. Select image. I'm going to select a white one. 1000. This one here. Right click OK. So with this, I can move it. Vertical constraint, this point and the midpoint of my image, and then horizontal constraint, this midpoint with this. Okay. Oh. This midpoint, select horizontal constraint, this midpoint with this. Right click OK. So let's resize this. Now the next thing, this is supposed to be horizontally constrained. Right click OK. So I can move this like that. So yeah, looks good. 2 dimensions are needed. Okay, I believe that's the size of the image. So you can just say 63. and this one here. 63. Yes, accept. Okay, one dimensions, auto dimension 2. Apply. Done. What was it? Must be a constraint. All right, so let's finish this. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is to wrap this onto that fish. So select decal, select the image. So the image is already selected. So the face is this one here. So, okay. So there you go. We have got, oh, I forgot to add one more thing. That's the most important thing. That is, in our shape, we have got this support system. So these rigid supports, right? So, okay, so the first thing, let's save our image. Let's save our file. Let's create a new folder. Select documents and documents, YouTube tutorials, create a new folder. I want to call this serial dispenser. Not you, Siri. All right. And then name of this file. I'm still recording. Serial dispenser. All right. So for this, let me change my view to shaded with edges. Now I want to work from this face. Create a new sketch. All right, so let me project geometry. Okay, let me project cut edges. Project cut edges. Slice graphics. So the whole thing is now projected. I'm going to draw two circles here. I'm going to draw, this is my first circle, it's 43 millimeters in diameter. And right click, okay. Let me move this inside. Offset this. Okay, right click, loop select. I want to offset this by 1.5 millimeters. That is the thickness of our walls. Right click, okay. Okay, let me draw line of symmetry. That is from this point to this point. Right click, okay. I'm going to make this construction line. Let me also draw another line of symmetry. That is from this center to this center. Right click, okay. All right. I'm going to draw two circles. One is 9.2 millimeters and the other is 6.3. That is our boss. 6.3 millimeters. Right click, okay. I don't know, for some reason my dimensions keep on snapping outside the circles. So press escape, drag these, them inside. Okay, so I've got that. And let me go for vertical constraint. This center here, it's called linear. This one here, right click, okay. Dimension 2, the distance of this center from this inner wall is 16 millimeters. Press escape. I want to place it on this side here. All right, so the next thing, I'm going to draw a line that is joining this center with this one here. Right click, okay. Let me extend it. Select extend extend this one, extend all the way to the outer wall. Right. Select offset. Select this line, and the offset distance is 0.75 millimeters. Let me also offset this one here. Direction 0.75 millimeters. Okay, enter, right click OK. This is supposed to be a construction line. Right. The next thing is, okay, let me draw another line here. Okay, let me extend, not extend, let me offset this one here. Select offset, select this line here. Offset distance 0.75 millimeters. And this one here, this direction 0.75 millimeters. Right click, OK. I'm going to trim these extended lines. Select trim these lines. All right. Also trim these. Right click OK. I want to mirror these lines. This line, like, press Ctrl and hold this one and this one, and select the mirror to, mirror line is this one here. Apply, via that. Done. Now with these, select extend. I want to extend these to the walls. Let's see. Let's also do the same thing here. Oh, I forgot to mirror this. Right click OK. Select this profile and press Ctrl and hold this one. Select the mirror to, and the mirror line is this. Apply, done. So I've got that profile. Right. And then the next thing, okay, I need to trim this extension, but press X for the trim tool. Trim this part. Yeah, looks good. I'm going to draw a line from this midpoint here. Touching this midpoint. Right click OK. This is supposed to be perpendicular constraint, so let me go for perpendicular constraint. So it's perpendicular to this. Right click OK. Let me offset this. Offset this here 0.75. Right, in this direction 0.75 millimeters. Hit enter. Right click OK. This is a line of symmetry. All right, so I have got that here. Okay, let me mirror these. Select this line, press Ctrl and hold this and this. Select the mirror to And our mirror line, oh, this time around we need a mirror line. Our mirror line is line from these two. Then click OK. Make it a construction line. Alright, so mirror 2, mirror line is this. Apply. Done. Select the trim tool, trim these parts. Right click OK. The next thing, last thing in fact, on creation these profiles, we need another boss. Select here, I'm going to do 2 circles. Right click OK. Let me use the equal constraint. This is equal to this, and this is equal to this. Right click OK. Let me go with the coincident constraint. This point coincide with this line. Right click OK. And with this, how do I consider the distance of this? Okay. Select dimension 2. Point to that. Right click, aligned. Some 6:1. Let's go with 6:1. Right. Then this done. So let's mirror these profiles. Right click OK. Select this. So select the mirror 2 and our mirror line is this here. Apply. Done. Alright, so let's go for the auto dimension 2. Apply. Let's see if it can add any constraints. Bunch of dimensions. Remove those uncheck constraints. Just want to remove the dimensions. Done. So it added 2 constraints. So let's finish this. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to extrude this. So select extrude. So with the extrude command, we'll select this profile. So see, those are the issues that we're supposed to sort out. Right, so let's edit our sketch. So we have got a lot of incomplete profiles. So first one is here. Let's extend this. This needs to be trimmed. Press X for the trim tool. Trim this. Let's see if this. Let's project it to the outer wall. Not trim. Control Z. extend this to the wall, this one here, extend it to the wall, looks good. Let's extend this, press this, the X for the trim tool, trim this. Extend this here. Looks good. Let's extend these to the outer walls. Okay. Right click OK. Let's finish this. Select extrude. Let's see. Can we now select our profiles? Yes, we can. Select these. This profile. Now we are using the to next function here. This profile, this here. Not that one. Oh, come on. Joining. Can I unselect this? Control and select it. Well, let's add this one here, this here. This profile, this. This here, this profile, this, and this part here. All right. I don't need this. So press Control and select this profile. This one here. This and this. So I've got these. Let's select this. This. We've got many profiles here. All right. So there we go. Click OK. Can you mirror this? Oh, not part of our extrusion. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's make sketch, this sketch visible. Select extrude. Here's one. This here. To next. All right, so this one here. We're done. Click OK. Oh, come on. Why is it failing? Extrude. To X. Is it working? So it must be this profile that is causing this to fail. Okay, let's just try that one out. Click OK. That's the one. So let's edit the sketch. Just need to trim a few parts. Edit. Extend these. Click OK. Click trim. Okay, let's try again. Extrude. To next. All right. Yes. Okay. All right, so we are done. So let's make sketch invisible. So this is our part. Let's make it realistic. It's looking like this. So we've come to the end of our lesson. So in our next tutorial, we're going to be building the stand. So that's the one that will be protruding from these compartments. All right. So if you like this video, click like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. I look forward to seeing you in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching.